Here's how to get the best stealth armor in Fallout 4's Anniversary Edition. It's the Chinese stealth suit, and you can get it right at the start of the game, but first, here's what it does. When you crouch, it functions as a permanent stealth buoy, making you almost completely invisible by refracting light around you. But what do I mean by almost completely invisible? Well, for example, even without a silenced weapon, if you're like 50 meters away from an enemy, you'll be able to take them out without anyone spotting you easily. They may fire in your direction, but they won't actually know where you are. You'll just have the caution that enemies are searching for you and wondering why they're getting shot at. It's only when they get close enough that they'll actually be able to spot you, depending on your stealth skill. But since the Chinese stealth suit can also be upgraded with the Ballistic Weave mod, which boosts its damage resistance by a further 110 from 62 all the way to 172, getting spotted isn't a massive deal. Now, while you can move around entirely invisible, it will consume action points as you move. However, to counteract this problem, you can just stand still. You'll still maintain your invisibility, and you'll also start to regenerate your action points. This is only really a slight problem earlier on in the game. Once you have enough action points, it's no longer going to be a drawback at all. And you can also completely offset the action point cost by consuming items that give you action points, like a Nuka-Cola Quantum. And then you'll basically have infinite invisibility. So the Chinese stealth suit is obviously great to snipe foes from a distance for critical headshots, which also stacks with the Ninja Sneak Attack perk. But you'll unlock the true power if you're running a melee stealth build. Just get the following perks. Rooted, which boosts your melee damage while standing still, and even after a VAT sneak attack, you still count as standing still. And then we're going to get the Ninja perk, which gives us a 10 times boost to melee stealth attacks. You can increase this further with the Bloody Mess perk for another 15% damage, and also having a high strength stat, and the Big Leagues perk for higher melee weapon damage. We can then finally get Blitz, which is a perk that lets you melee people in VATs from a distance and then attack them for a 10 times sneak attack damage, and that will allow you to do thousands of damage with the right melee weapon equipped. And obviously that's going to one-hit kill pretty much most enemies in the entire game. And you can find the Chinese stealth suit for yourself right at the start of the game, just southeast from Diamond City, here in the South Boston military checkpoint. So here we are at the checkpoint, but there's a bunch of gunners guarding us. Let's go ahead and take them out first. Wow, a great shot there, brother. Get wrecked, son. And you'll be next. The gunner commander. Hello there, you've chosen death. I'm going to go outside after just seeing my friend die brutally. Oh my god, this gun is ridiculous. Oh, a legendary gunner stands no chance against this weapon. Perfect. You did have a legendary weapon that slows down time while aiming, and a bunch of ammunition. And just outside this military checkpoint here, you're going to find a open truck. Inside this truck, you can actually find a Fat Man that you can go ahead and sell, as well as a bunch of ammunition and 5mm rounds there. Make sure you grab that. There's also a mini nuke I'll show you how to get in a moment. Oh, there's the Brotherhood of Steel blowing up in the distance again. They love doing that. They can't fly their vertibirds to save their life. But now, inside this room, we're going to find a steamer trunk just here, which has a bunch of ammunitions in. And then there's some dog tags, more ammunition on the side, and also a master locked safe. Oh, there we go. Got it. With even more ammunition and weaponry in. But the most important thing is this steam trunk on the right hand side. If you scroll down to the bottom, then you'll find the Chinese stealth armor right at the bottom of the trunk, and you can go ahead and grab that unique item. But remember that the Chinese stealth suit won't be here if you don't own Fallout Anniversary Edition, but you can buy it separately for $4 from the Creation Club. Alternatively, you can just get a free mod alternative version from the Nexus. But before you go, make sure that you also remember to hack the terminal outside to unlock the leveled power armor. For me, it was a full suit of XO1 power armor inside and a mini nuke which was hidden at the back. And before you leave, if you actually go back to the road, you're going to find a little camper van. And inside this camper van, just on the left, there's a body who has Sergeant's Clue number 1. Now, if you pick that up, you're going to start the Burned on the River questline. And that's how you unlock the solar cannon, and I'll leave another guide linked below on how you can get that. Once you've equipped the Chinese stealth suit, it's also going to make a cool cloaking sound once you enter stealth. However, you should bear in mind that your Pip-Boy also goes invisible now as well, which makes it pretty annoying to read, especially during the day. Also, any weapons that you have that have a red dot sight, well, that's also now going to be invisible, which makes it almost impossible to aim at enemies at a distance. So it's much better to instead swap it out for a physical iron sight, or you can just get an overpowered melee weapon in this next video just here to unleash 10 times damage with your stealth attacks.